I'm Sari Torres.
I'm Frankie Torres.
And we're the Pixel Slayers. We're here today to talk to you about Kirby's Dream Land, released in 1992 by HAL Laboratory and Nintendo.
Yeah.
I'm a little biased because I grew up with this game. This is actually like the first game I really beat. It came with my brother's Game Boy, and it was the first game I ever beat, so I got a lot of love for it, but I'm also trying to think about it real critically, too.
Yeah, it's definitely not the best Kirby game ever, but it's basically where it started from, and it's a must-play and must-own even, because it's so cheap. It's like $10.
Yeah.
Gotta know your roots.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a fun play.
Yeah, and especially for the time, it was a really different kind of gameplay than just Mario. And I personally think it's a great game for a first-time gamer or a kid, which is exactly where I came from. Because it's easy to get through, but it's also not boring.
No, it's fun. The gameplay style really hold up the test of time, especially in this day of like simplistic mobile games. I think, the kid who's never played it would pick it up and be right at home with it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of nice little touches they put in. Like, you forget that this is a Game Boy game. Sometimes it feels more like a slightly more advanced game just because of what they did with what they had. Like, whenever Kirby sort of, like, jumps and hits a wall, like, he kind of, like, squishes a little bit. When he floats on the water, he actually bobs up and down, which isn't something that you do very often in the game. When you leave it on pause, he'll do like a little dance, and
so cute.
Yeah, and that they could make something that cute with that many pixels.
It's basically a circle that you fall in love with, and that is so adorable, and you become attached. Like at the end of the game, when Kirby comes and says bye bye.
I used to cry when I was a kid
over a circle,
and he would put up this little sign that says bye bye. I would cry. Like 5-year-old Sari was like done at that point,
and it was a circle.
Yeah, it was a circle.
And it got you attached. And
yeah.
That is like the classic Nintendo right there.
Yeah, definitely. And if you are a fan of the later Kirby's, you gotta know your roots.
Definitely.
Just a quick story. The front cover of this, you'll notice that he's white, even though usually Kirby is pink. This is strictly for the American version. You'll notice on the Japanese version, he is pink. And the reason for that is that the American developers that they were translating it and stuff like that, they didn't think to look at the Japanese pocket art for some reason when they were designing the American, and they just saw the screenshots of it and were like, well, he's white on the screen.
Because it was black and white.
Yeah, so they were like, well, it must be white. So this is the only time you see Kirby white, except for maybe like a Smash Brothers outfit or something, but yeah, it's a little fun fact. In Japan it is called Hoshi no Kabi, which I think means Kirby of the Stars.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and there's a lot of fun little secrets, especially on the fourth level, which is oh god, it's the one with the clouds, Bubbly Clouds, which also has my favorite song. There's some neat little secrets like a lot of the Mario games. And there is an extra mode, which is a little bit harder. I've actually never beat it in this mode, but I do eventually want to get to that for a Let's Play.
It goes from I don't know, what would you say the difficulty?
It's not really 0 to 60, it's like 0 to 40.
Yeah, if you happen to be bad at it, just fly over everything.
Yeah, I can get you through a lot of it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, definitely pick up Kirby's Dream Land, especially if you're a collector, like, why don't you have it?
Yeah, you have to have it in your collection.
Yeah.
Even if you never play it, put it in your collection. You have to have it in your collection.
And this was super successful at the time. It's actually the best-selling original Game Boy game that isn't Pokemon, Mario, or Tetris.
Yeah.
So if it's not Pokemon, Mario, or Tetris, this is the best-selling Game Boy game. That's pretty good considering.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and this is the only Kirby game where he doesn't have copy abilities. So, you have to do a little strategy here and there of how to defeat things, just inhaling and exhaling things. And it makes the bosses a little harder, I think, too.
Yeah, and it gives it a different feel from later Kirby's, but it's a different mechanic almost, but I like it. It gives it a little bit, I wouldn't say it's harder by any means, but it's just, you play it a little differently.
It makes you think a little differently while you're playing it. And if you do want to play it with the copy abilities, get Kirby Superstar for the Super Nintendo, or Superstar Ultra, which is on the DS, which is a remake of the remake in a way. It is part of that game. It's the game's got a lot of different games in it. Or you can get it on, you can get the original version of this on the Virtual Console for the 3DS.
I believe the Wii and Wii U, maybe.
Yeah, the Wii you can get it on the Kirby Anniversary Collection
Yeah.
as well, which also comes with the soundtrack CD that remakes a lot of the songs from this game with orchestra, and I love it. So that is our review of Kirby's Dream Land for the original Game Boy, and we are the Pixel Slayers.
Yep, and we're a relatively new channel, so if you like this video, hit that like and subscribe button. We'd greatly appreciate it.
We greatly appreciate it. And there's a Let's Play coming for this that will be released soon, and just watch out for that. You will be alerted for that when that subscribe button is hit. So.
You want to subscribe.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, and thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.